Sports Jazz, thank you so much for tuning in. Man United losing to Crystal Palace at Old Trafford 2-0 in the Premier League. Man, that is embarrassing, and that was a disappointing game to watch. I mean, United have struggled to score goals for 3 seasons now, and the fact that Amorim decided to play without a striker today turns out to have been a disaster. I hope he knows that. I know news coming in shortly is Matthew Taylor has decided to join Man United. I think he watched us play and he was like, okay, I mean, if I go into this team, I'm going to start right away. He's only 19. I can't really rely on him. We've just shipped off Rashford to Aston Villa, meaning we need a replacement urgently. But back to the game. United had 17 shots on goal. 17 shots with 2 on goal. Palace had 11 shots with 3 on goal. Possession-wise, 67 for Man United, 33 for Palace, 557 passes for United, 282 for Palace, 81 pass accuracy for United, and 65 for Palace. Now, this is all a waste, I'm telling you. It's all a waste. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense. Because United have now lost 7 of their, United have now lost 7 of their past 13 league home matches this season. Can you imagine losing 7 of our first 13 league home matches this season? It's horrible, man. It's horrible. And we have failed to score in the first half again this season in 18 different Premier League matches, the most of any team in the competition. Let me give you another one. Out of 12 meetings with Crystal Palace in the Premier League, United have failed to score the last 4 games they've played together, including the one of today. Out of 12 meetings with Crystal Palace in the Premier League, Crystal Palace has won 6 of those matches, lost 3, and drew 3 times. It shows you how poor we are. It shows you how much we need to do, how much Amorim still has to do, and it's not even getting close. And it looks like we're going to be even finishing bottom half. That is so painful, guys. Amorim got it wrong with the 2 fullbacks today, on rather playing them on the wings again, because it's the second time this has happened, or third time. Okay, we're used to Dalot struggling the other side. He's horrible. He can't get it. Like today, him and Maguire had games to forget. Dalot and Maguire had games to forget today. Maguire playing on Mateta on the first game. Horrible. I know he's really trying to pull up his game, but today was horrible. It's a game to forget for both players, Dalot and Maguire. But back to the wing back issue. Mazaro, I know he played midweek against FCSB in the Europa, and I'm okay with Lenny Yoro starting. Excuse me, where he was today as the right center back. Then why do you have to put Mazarawi in a position where we have Amad Diallo? He's available, he's okay, and he could even have delivered if he was played there. He could have played even better. We already have a player who doesn't fit that position being played on the left side, left wing back in Diallo. Then why do you have to bring Mazraoui, do the same thing? I think he didn't. I think Amorim did get that right. He didn't get that right at all. And it's a problem that we really have to address. But anyway, it has been addressed. We have Patrick Dogu. I'm so happy he's in the building. I hope this is the last time I've watched Dallo playing as the left wing back. The only bad news is Martinez has had. It looks like Martinez. It looks like a season-ending injury. I mean, he walked off in pain. He was crying. You could see he's really worried, and he didn't really look so good. He didn't look so good because Martinez his presence has been vital, and filling his role will be challenging to players like Shaw, sorry, and Mazarawi. Of course, we know Mazarawi is not also left CB, but he can play that position. But depending on fitness and readiness, whoever wins will be playing that position, because it would be much easier if we have a left wing back in Dogu and we have a natural left CB or left back in Okay, playing that position. I don't really want to count on Shaw. Shaw will even get injured few seconds onto the pitch. But I'm also happy we had Dogu and Aiden Heaven in the stands. They both play the same number. They can play as Aiden can play as a CB, can play as a left back and a left wing back. Dogu, left wing back, left back. He's there. So at least I'm happy that we are reinforcing in that, or we have reinforced well in that position. We have a kid who's coming to join us next season, Diego Leon, in that position. So I hope this is not going to happen again in Amarim giving us two fullbacks. Playing on the wings, because it was horrible. It was a disaster. The lack of scoring threat, my God. The inability to create clear scoring opportunities has become a significant issue that should be addressed as soon as possible. A friend of mine was telling me maybe we should change formations. I told him no, not at all. That's not the issue. We just need offensive-minded players that can help. Because Joshua Zaxi and Rasmus Hoyland, much as I love them, they are not the answer. They're not giving us what we need at all. They are not. They are not. Garnacho today tried, but is he Richards? Oh my God, he had him in his pocket. He could anticipate every move he was going to make. Every move. The play was too predictable. And when a team and players become too predictable, it's easier for the opposition to defend. It's easier for the opposition to mix up the play, rather to know that, in other words, to know your next move. You have to mix up the playing, mix up the style, play style, introducing more creative players like Ahmad, of course, Garnacho being more on the offensive, attacking. It was so bad that they didn't do that today. It was so bad. But yeah, Bruno, I think he did well. He did well. Good to see him excelling in the number 8 position. I mean, that is something that can be built upon. Kobe Minor adaptation issues. I know he had an advanced role, because in the last 2 games, it looks like he has done so well playing in a more advanced role. But yeah, young players like Kobe need time, and it takes some time. Placing him alongside a seasoned striker might leverage his strength better. So players like Kobe, one would argue players like Rasmus Holland also need time. But I mean, with Diallo, his creativity was there. He's a bright spark, man. He's a bright spark. You can see he has a lot to unlock when it comes to potential. He's a player to look out for. And I'm happy with his delivery. I'm not really disappointed at all. But I just hope we do better next time, because this has been horrible. It has been bad, really, really bad. And I don't know why we don't have players like. I also think Onana should be rested. Bainda should come on. Not that Bainda is better, but at least he has done somewhat better in the last 3-4 games compared to Onana. He's been really bad. So I hope Amarim addresses this issue real soon, because it's turning out to be a problem that has to be addressed really, really well. And remember, we've just let Marcus Rashford go. I'm talking about now the scoring threat. If Marcus Rashford has gone to Aston Villa, we need to have someone ready to fulfill his shoes. And by fulfilling, I mean someone who's going to do the job better. Someone who's going to do the job better. And from what I understand, Mathis Tel has decided to join Man United with immediate effect. As I said earlier, maybe he watched us play and he was like, okay, these guys are really too shitty. Rasmus and Joshua Zaxi cannot take me up. I have to go there, which is a good thing. He turned away Chelsea, turned away Spurs, turned away Arsenal, and he's coming to join. But he's only 19. He's not a player that can be relied on. He's not. You get? He's not. So I hope Omar Berad and Jason Wilcox, Christopher Vivel, are taking notes, because we need to save our season. We cannot be playing like this, man. Otherwise, it's going to be shambles. It's going to be so bad. Anyhow, that was the review. United losing to Crystal Palace in the Premier League, going placed down, now 13th position with 29 points. Palace moving up front with 30 points. And it's so bad. It's so bad. The nightmare continues. Signing out, man. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Sports Jazz, love you all. Keep it locked.